And we are live from the Red Bull Ring in Austria. It is my great pleasure to introduce to you our new champion, Bunsey. Welcome in, fella.
Hello, hello. How are we?
Woohoo! New champion. New champion it is.
Yeah, absolutely. It's mad. What a
It's mad.
season.
It's mad. So, last week you crossed the line in first, but due to a penalty you came second, which was enough to secure the title as Ronanosaurus wasn't actually in the race, who was close to you, the only one who could possibly have taken it for you. Which
Yeah.
means you have dethroned Budge, the first and only person to do it. You are the second wheel-to-wheel champion in history. How does it feel?
Ah, mad. Obviously had a fantastic season so far. Like the last stint, especially like this stint that we're in now, I've been really on it. I've gotten like 4 or 5 poles in a row, and yeah, obviously it wasn't easy at the start. Like Mayo Man at the start put up a fight, and then you had Ronan in the Alpine when he was in it, and it was touch and go there for a while. And trying to get results when I was in the Williams was very, very difficult. But yeah, geez, delighted to take it last week. Disappointed that I couldn't actually win the race. Geez, it was a scrappy enough race from my point of view. Lots of track limit warnings. Canada was very, very tough for that. Same with Austria here tonight. But yeah, just delighted, and yeah,
Yeah, I
just having
think
a
if they ever
fantastic
do
season.
a highlight reel of that, like it was the same in season three, it'll probably be called Carnage in Canada because my
Yeah.
God,
Oh, it was bananas. It was.
with 2 laps remaining, Budge had a drive-through penalty, he had a wing to change, he had a crash, and he still scored a point.
I know he had for what he went through in that race. He did very, very, very well. Like, and Big Knuckles as well. Shout out to him
Yeah,
last week because he drove a scorcher of a race. Um, I was kind of pulling away from him in the middle of the race, but then I got that penalty, but I was safe, and then the safety car came out. But he did unbelievably well. Like to stick with me in the last few laps, I just couldn't get away from him. I tried my best,
yeah.
but he was just too quick ultimately. But it was a good race from up the front. But I know there was carnage in the in
Yeah,
the
I mean
back.
let's give, as you say, give kudos to Big Knuckles, the 12th winner, I believe, in season four,
Wow,
which is a season high record for wheel to
that's
wheel.
amazing.
Shows you how competitive this season has been. 12 winners from across the grid is phenomenal. So to win a season with that kind of diversity in winning, congratulations, man! It's a phenomenal achievement. So tell
Thanks
me,
very much. Thank you.
you've got 3 races left. You've What are the goals now? Is it like to get maybe plus 300 points, or what is it?
Um, yeah, like obviously we wrapped it up now, but I suppose with the constructors is still all to play for. I think Braun Cocktail aren't too far behind myself and Kaiser.
Yeah,
So the goal from here on in is just to win races. To be honest, I'm not going to stop pushing now that I've won. Like I do still aim to win races. So
hmm,
hopefully get a good result here tonight. Austria would not be my favorite track, definitely not my strongest track. So,
right.
and as you said, this season it's been super, super competitive. So the likes of Knockos and Budge and Mayo and Chameleon, they'll all be knocking on the door for pole tonight. And hopefully I'll be knocking on it myself. But
Yeah,
it's going to be a very tough race. It was a tough race around here last year, although there's only about fucking 4 corners in the track.
yeah,
It's still very tough, but looking forward to it.
yeah. Cool. I think like obviously it will suit if somebody in one of the lightning quick cars manages to get a clean race and a good race in, they should be doing well today. So obviously,
Exactly.
still interested in. We will go through the standings as it happens later on, but still interested in not get doing the double with the constructors, obviously. So something there still to play for yourself, and obviously uh, per
Kaiser.
what's his name, uh,
Kaiser.
your team part, Kaiser
Kaiser Gunner.
Kaiser Gunner, yeah. Um, so look, I'm going to go next thing I have to ask you about is like there's rumors going around. I won't say who started them, But will Bunsey be defending his title in season 5?
I can 100% say that I will definitely be trying to. Yeah, 100%. I'll definitely be here next season. Yeah, it's too much crack to give it
Yeah.
up. To be honest, it's very enjoyable. Especially when you have all the boys at the party. I know some people don't like it. It might be a bit distracting or whatever, but at the end of the day,
Muting people.
Yeah, Mayo man.
Yeah, we won't say West of Ireland. Anyway,
No, at
yeah,
the end of the day, like we're all here for a bit of crack, bit of fun, like, and that's what it's all about. And the boys are great. So yeah, 100% be here next season anyway if they let me in again.
Great. That means the next question is still valid. That helps a lot. Really appreciate it. So, who is the biggest threat to you retaining your title in season 5? Do you see?
Oh Jesus! I believe next season it will be all equal cars.
Right.
And then there's a new format. Don't know the ins and outs of it myself yet, but like you have the likes of obviously Budge, it's very quick. Major Jam, Mayo, K Flemo, very quick. Nocco's very quick. So they're all very, very quick drivers, especially in equal cars. Equal cars are a different gravy, like they're going to handle differently than these realistic ones. So God only knows what's going to happen, to be honest. Like over the course of a full season, like it's definitely all to play for next season again. But sure, I'll be back to try and defend my title the best of my ability. So I'm looking forward to that as well.
Excellent. Well, we're great. We're glad to hear it. That's phenomenal news, and you heard it here first, folks. There was some rumors going around that he was going to retire champion, but it's all been dispelled now. The double. Let's see. So I got a couple of things I got to ask you with regard to outside of the championship, I suppose. Budge versus Chameleon, 16-point difference, 3 races remaining. Who finishes higher in the standings?
That's what a battle this has been. Obviously, Chameleon, the latest car change, doesn't really seem to be suiting Chameleon to what he was doing at the start of the season.
Mm-hmm.
I reckon Budge is going to take it. 3 races to go. Budge is all out. Budge is getting on well in that AlphaTauri.
Mm-hmm.
He's racing very, very well. He's keeping races, and he always has very, very clean.
Yeah.
No penalties is key. Even the likes of tonight, I know Austria is extremely difficult for track limits and stuff like that. Budge is Mr. Consistency in my eyes, and I think he's going to overtake Chameleon. I think he's going to finish ahead of Chameleon. Sorry, Chameleon.
Well, I mean, as you say, I think the last stint has been telling. 80 points down to 16 in 5 races.
Wow.
It's as much the I suppose the unfortunate luck that Chameleon has had in that Alpine as it has been the uptick in Budge form. But it goes to show you he didn't go away despite being out of this for quite a while. So
for sure.
Final questions, because you got to get ready for Spielberg. What advice do you have for all the aspiring youth who would want to be a wheel-to-wheel champion in the future one day?
Practice.
Practice.
I know some of the boys come into the races and they've done no practice, and they're wondering why they're not finishing the points and stuff like that, and they're giving out in the spin, the car, like lap 1 and stuff like that. So even just the day before the race, get on if you can, do a bit of practice, get the feel of the car, get the feel of the track, and you're on course for scoring some good points, in my eyes.
Well, there you have it, folks. Absolute solid advice from our new wheel-to-wheel champion for season 4. It's been an absolute pleasure, as always, Bunsey. It is great to have you in. We will likely have you in at the end of the season again for a big roundup with some of the lads as we do a close-off for the season. Congratulations.
Thank you very much, sir. Enjoy the race. Hopefully it'll be a good one tonight.
Yeah, you too, and the very best of luck.
Cheers, bud. See you later.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Woo! Well, there you have it, folks. There you have it. It is... Okay. It is just great to hear from our new champion. Absolutely phenomenal stuff from him. And we have a few minutes just to run through some of this week's news. We have Wilfred Boney joining us. He will be in the Haas tonight. That is official. We have, let me see, let's have a look at all of that. Let's look at the odds for tonight's race. Bunsey, again, 1-2 on, favourite to win this race, as he has been for the most of the season. The absolute out-and-out favourite. And you know what? It was justified. He is just absolutely dominated this season and has tied away the championship with 3 races to go. Ronanosaurus on 2-1. He comes back today with a vengeance, looking to secure that second spot, which he nearly has at this rate, from the likes of Angry Chameleon and Major Jam. Major Jam making a big push as the season comes to an end. Let's see. Elite Carbon, Big Knuckles at 3-1. With Budge at 4-1. Unfortunate for him last week with a few incidents on track, which is completely unbudge-like, as we are well used to it. Rory Drain also at 4-1. An absolutely stellar bet right there. Not beyond the possibility that dude actually takes the win today at all. As well as Mayo Man, Welsh Wizard and Major Jam, all 5-1 high finishers last week. For some of those, they're always thereabouts, or they have been. Why not at 6-1? There's an interesting one. Why not up in the standings as it happens? At 6-1, 7-1. Chameleon reckons he's not as good now as Why Not See, based on the Alpine car. Supreme Bio at 7-1 as well. He is capable. He's got the speed. He won in Brazil. Absolutely stonking speed there. He likes the track. But the problem is he's just not being consistent enough of late. Blue Gunner at 9-1, as is Vern, with Buffalucas at 10-1, Mormick at 12-1, and Kaiser Gunner at 14-1. The winners last week, as we said, was Big Knuckles, the 12th winner. I'm nearly pretty sure it was the 12th winner in Season 4. Record season for winners. Bunsey coming second as a result of that penalty, only about a second back from Big Knuckles, despite a 3-second penalty. Elite Carbon up into third, with Major Jam in fourth, Ruru Drain in fifth, Welsh Wizard in sixth, Mayo Man in seventh, Mormick in eighth, Kaiser Gun in ninth, getting some points there for Bun Gun. Budge in 10th as a result of a penalty, because that dropped, I believe it was Kay Flemo out of the top 10 and Budge up into it, despite the fact that the dude had 2 pit stops near the very end of the track. Or sorry, 1 drive-through and a pit stop near the end of the race last week. Let's see, when it looked like it was all over. Wilfred Boney in 11th, Why Not See in 13th, or 12th, with Iron Man in 13th and Kay Flemo 14th, Blue Gunner 15th, Buffalucas in 16th, with DNFs for Supreme Bio, Angry Chameleon, and Is a Hero. Okay, that means, as we said, Bunsey is champion at the top, 289 points, looking to maybe go above 300 tonight with anything above a 5th place. If he gets a 4th or up, he gets into there. Angry Chameleon Ronanosaurus in second with 243 above Angry Chameleon with the 3 races. That's nearly 2 full wins that Chameleon would need in order to overtake Ronanosaurus, with no points scored for him. Angry Chameleon 157. Major Jam 155. We thought he was up to third. He isn't. Tonight is the night he may take that off of Chameleon. Budge 141. There's 16 points between him and Chameleon. We said it and we heard from the champ. He thinks that it's going to be Budge that finishes higher. It is entirely possible, because Chameleon is not loving life in the Alpine whatsoever. Okay. Elite Carbon 139, Mayo Man 136, Big Knuckles 133, Rory Drain 131, and Blue Gunner 128. I just wanted to bring your attention to that, because between 10th and 5th there is only 13 points. Anybody doing well tonight can greatly increase their chances of jumping up the table and possibly even going as high as Chameleon by the time this season is over. There's only 29 points to third, and if Chameleon fails to score in a couple of races, that is very achievable for some of these racers who have now been winning, like Big Knuckles, another win today would take him above Chameleon, provided he didn't score, of course. Okay, we have Griffin, who is retired this season. As a result of that, we will have competition for places in season 5. Get into it. We will talk about that in just a moment. Kaiser Mormick is a hero, 14 through 16, with Vernie Vern, Why Not See, Buffalucas, Supreme Boyo, Arman, and Wilfred making up the rest of the standings in season 4 so far. Here we go, folks. It is season 4. Here's the standing, and this is what Bun Gun was talking about. Oh, we haven't updated it. That is highly embarrassing. I had intended to update this. Let me just do that now. While we are live, folks, live updating. There we go. Look at that. Like magic, it is all up to date all of a sudden. There we go. Brawn Cocktail and Mayo for Jam still in a bit of a hunt for that top place in the Constructors' Championship. The Brawn Cocktail, obviously Chameleon and Budge. Mayo for Jam is Mayo Man and Major Jam. Team Bun Gun, obviously made up of Kaiser Gun and our champion Bunsey. They are the last really with any chance of making a shift there in the top 3. The order of those 3 could be different by the end of the season, but Bun Gun have been on the top of that championship race also for quite a long time, due to the fact that obviously 289 of those points are attributed to Team Bung or to Bunsey alone. We have one incident to report from last week. It is Kay Flemo. This is the incident I talked about. He received a 10-second penalty and 4 points for resetting to track on lap 3. He moves from 10th to 14th. 10th to 14th. He received 2 penalty points for failing to provide footage, as well as the 4 points for the 10-second penalty. Whew. That's a whole lot of intro. As I say there, folks, we are just about to go live onto the track, or into the pits, I should say. I will get that invitation that Chameleon sent. Thank you very much, Mr. Chameleon. We will get to that. If you are thinking of joining Wheel to Wheel, because we get this question all the time, especially on TikTok, all over TikTok we are, I would like to say the way to do it is up here in the top right-hand corner. You can see what we're doing. At the end of February, early March, we are going to have a championship race, possibly 2 semis and a final, depending on the numbers. And what we would do there is the top 3 drivers in the final. Top 10 comes out of the semis, goes into the final of 20 drivers. Top 3 in the final gets a position as a reserve driver in season 3. It's the only way into the championship, folks. You cannot get in any other way. You will never be promoted straight, or highly unlikely you'll ever be promoted straight to a driver. Now, full-time drivers, as a result of doing reserving for a period of time, they are the ones who are first considered when a driver retires from Wheel to Wheel. So get in there. To do that, you scan that QR code that is smack bang in the middle of the filter there. Please give them a like if you have the time. But get in there, get into the Wheel to Wheel Discord, and just like everything in there. You will be able to like the post in the announcement, send that you get some practice in. You do not be a dangerous driver. If you are, it's going to be a problem. We have multiple stuff coming up here with regard to joining the session. So what we're going to do is we're going to leave that party. Oh, no, cancel. We want to leave that there because we made a friend, Mr. Chameleon, and we're going to go in there. Okay, so that's that. Folks, as I say, get in and to the Discord by scanning that QR code and going to my my socials. Somewhere there in the list, you will see the Wheel to Wheel public Discord. Join that and tick the little yes underneath as interested. And when you do so, when you do so, you will be invited to drive if you're in one of the top 40 positions. I think we have 20 odd there now already. So I would highly advise you to get in there, do that, and the very like. Folks, we do have the ticker bar along the bottom, bringing you up to date with wheel-to-wheel news as we get it. If anything comes up, we will include you in that. Or we will include it in that, I beg your pardon. My predictions obviously coming up there, week 22. I think it's a bunsy race to lose, as is most of them. I'm going to go with Major Jam in second place, with Elite Carbon in third, who has been fairly consistent and in and around that week in, week out for the last few weeks. Whew, what an intro. We've covered so much. We have covered so much. Let's go and see. The lobby has been updated. We have nearly everybody in, and we are nearly ready to go. Whew, drivers out today, obviously, is a hero and Ironman. Driver in today is Wilfred Boney, one of our elite reserves. He takes the Haas. Potential battles on track, as we see there. Rhinosaurus versus Budge. There's a little bit of angst going on there. We got to watch that carefully tonight. And of course, Mayo and Chameleon, who have had some encounters the last couple of weeks, a bit juicy, around the same possibility. And if things are going really well, we'll see all of that action live on stream tonight. Whoa, it is time for what? Yes, it is. Zero. Let's go, zero time. God, I wish this stream was sponsored by Coke Zero. I'd be so rich. Or, I might get free Coke or something. Who knows? Okay. Boom, boom, boom. It is time. It is time for week 22. I've got some mail in my F1 2022 inbox. Interesting. Only one person has readied up. That is fine. Two have readied up now, but that's fine. We are good to go. Woo! Folks, get your predictions in the chat. You can see mine there as it scrolls along, as well as all of the other news that we have. Yeah, get your predictions in. Get your predictions in for this week's race. Who do you think is going to do it in Austria? This is a fast track. Laps around here under 105 sometimes, or at least they had been. 105 is a decent time, but I think the 104 is definitely. We are in the group session. Chameleon. Thank you very much for all those invites. I had 5 of them, and I took one of them, and we're in. I am here with everybody else. We are. Yeah, I think we're all ready. I think is everybody in. We have 17 people in. We should have more. Okay, very good. You will see the ticker bar go across the bottom if there's any news, or get your predictions in. We will put your predictions in along with mine in the ticker bar if you get them in the comments, or at least I'll try. If it's a slow quality. Okay, if you're watching this after the fact, you should definitely get your predictions into the chat anyway, and then come back and see how you did. Don't delete them because, I'll still get the notification and I'll put them back up. Cool. It looks like we are set to go. The majority look like there we are. We have 10 of 17 drivers. Yeah, that looks like it's about right. Okay. We are almost 20 seconds away from quali. Boom. How are you today, folks? How are you today? And there's the countdown. We will join the group. We will join it live now. Boom! What an intro. Oi, oi, oi. Ay, caramba. There we go. Let's see how it goes. our champion today, giving great advice to those who wish to be a champion in the future, all those aspiring young esports drivers. Get in, practice, know your shit, do it, and you can be champion too. You also need to be in wheel to wheel, which you can be if you were to be involved in the wheel to wheel between season championship race for one of the 3 spots that have become available in the reserve category. Reserve category drivers are first to get offered a full-time driver. That is the Haas. Who is the Haas? Jesus Christ. Buffa Lucas, as usual, is out in the Haas. He is normally first guy out. This dude is using his ERS on the warm-up lap. That's an interesting tactic. That is an interesting tactic, definitely. Anyway, we go full map, I think, on that. Let me get rid of that. There we are. There we are indeed. Okay. Let's see how this will go. It is first out for Buffa Lucas. Rodanosaurus is out early as well. And Angry Chameleon looking to get a hold on this Alpine. He's looking to finally tame it and put in a good result today on a track which he's very familiar with. And I believe it is one that he normally likes, but he would have absolutely preferred to be in one of the other cars that he would have been normally. So here we go. It is the start of Buffa Lucas's lap. Good. It is the start of Buffa Lucas's lap. We will start on behind him as he comes down and around in turn 2. And this is a very, very fast track. You heard Bunsey say it earlier, our champ. You heard him say that this is not many corners, but it is tricky in places. We also have Comedian on his fast lap, as is one of us who will join them soon enough. Let's see what time Buffa Lucas sets in. Buffa Lucas gets a lot of time in quali because he's always the first out, which is good as he comes down and around the middle sector. He is setting at 46.5 as he comes through sector 2, and he's into sector 3 as he comes down along. And you got to be careful here, folks, because there are people who will be going into the pits. You got to be careful of that white line on the right hand side, and you got to be in beyond that. Somebody slowing down as he comes across the line. He's at the 106.8. That's going to have to be better. Angry Chameleon is coming down around the final corner. What will he set? Sorry, second to last corner near the pits there. As he comes down the final straight, and he is going straight down, and he goes second above Rodanosaurus, who is at a 107.0. He's a 107 flat. We have a sector 1 kind of off there. Major Jam he's our major qualifier. He loves a good quali, especially in season 3. Oh, and he's after running well wide there. That is a bit sloppy in the final sector. And he is 105, 106, 106.9. Puts him just behind Angry Comedian. Our champ Bunsey is in sector 2. We have some other guys. We see Welsh Wizard as he comes down through sector 2. Also, Big Knockos is in sector 3 now. Coming down towards the pit corner. And around, we had Why Not See with a 107. Also, Big Knockos crosses 106.2. He goes top, but who else is left? Budge 111. Not a competitive lap for him at all. He's not looking to make that his banker for sure. Mormick now as he comes through sector 2. Bunsey is 106 flat. There you go, folks. He is stamping his authority on this championship once again. He's going to say, hey, I'm not done. I'm going to keep on winning. Mayo Man is in sector 1. He is not... He is. He's at full tilt. We will come back to him. Mormick is a little bit ahead. He's about to cross the line. He finished sector 3. He's a 106.4. Puts himself up above Buff Lucas, Comedian, and Major John. Up into 4th. Great lap from him. Great banker. And that's what I was saying about the fast car. The fast car is going to do well. A lot of straights. A lot of overtaking opportunities. Here we go. Is Budge going for a second lap? He's a second lap merchant. And there he is. He went 106.5, just 1/10 off. Or sorry, he's only 7 1/1000ths of a second off Mormick. Mailman, as he comes around down the final corner. Great timing from him, is it? Yes, 106.6. Puts himself just behind Budge there by a further 1.8 tenths. Who else is on an outlap? Wilfred. Let's see. Our super sub, Wilfred, is coming down around sector 2 now. We see where he's at. Budge is a man for second goes on a quali lap. And he showed there 5 seconds off of that. Bit of a wobble. He may have been letting people by. Bit of zero time. Here we go as Wilfred Boney comes down into sector 3. And heads down past the pit entrance, crossing over the line. You got to be careful. You got to stay right there if you want to go into the pits, and it's very dangerous if cars are coming around that corner at full tilt. As he comes down across 107.5, he'll improve on that for sure. Supreme Bio is on a lap. He is in sector 2 as he comes down and around as well. This is a bit of a tricky sector here. A couple of quick turns. Some of them, if you have it set right, you can go around them without lifting the foot up whatsoever. But others aren't so brave, and it doesn't always work out. 107, that's not a great time for Supreme Bio, to be fair. Elite Carbon, how's he going to do? 106.2 takes him above Mormick. He is right up there. He is, oh, look at all these guys in the 102s. Big Knockouts, Welsh Wizard going again. I'm setting a great time. Buffalo Lucas is coming down the pit straight. He is going to go now on his fast lap. 3 zones here, I think it is. Sorry, 2 zones for DRS. One following the other. And there we have. Who was that to set a time? That was Blue Gunner set a time. 108. There we go. Everybody else in the pit are not on a lap. It looks like Ronanosaurus coming around. He's down just less than a tenth. Not going to be a whole lot of good for him. Maybe takes him above Major Jam, but you can be damn sure the Major Jam is going to vastly improve. Where is he? Oh, he's I say that and he says it's taking him 2 minutes 34 seconds to get around the lap. But he's heading down here. This is going to be a fast lap. He's going to have all the DRS that he needs. Oh, 106.9. Yeah, no, that's what he had. Ronanosaurus. He is down a ton of time. Nope, he lost some time in that last sector. He was down there. Angry Comedian falling behind Mailman now at this rate as he comes across the line. He jumps Buffalo Lucas also. Budge still on 6.5. Bunsey, is he on a lap? He sure is. We'll come back to him in just a moment. Big Knocko is not improving on his opening lap there, but it looks like this is the lap that will count. He's in sector 1. He is down almost half a tenth on his time. Not enough to jump above Bunsey at that rate, but he needs to improve further. Blue Gunner going again, 106.3, jumping above Mormick. Mormick, that was his banker lap, so you can be damn sure he's going to come out here. And Blue Gunner spins it on the turn there. Let's see who we've got. Buffalo Lucas still going. He's just going back to the pits at this rate. Major Jam crossed the line, down 3 tenths. Not enough to jump. Oh, he had invalidated. He had invalidated. And I suppose that was an invalidation near the end of the lap because he's still invalidated for this lap too. So he was down almost 4 tenths, which would have taken him up above Angry Comedian there. That's a bad. He was a bit wobbly in that last sector before. Ronanosaurus is going back in. That's Angry Comedian, is it? Oh, no, Angry Comedian is going back in as well. Let's see who we got. Why not see? Comes down around. He's in sector 3. He's coming around the final corner now. Absolutely well taken there. Catches enough inside curve in order to drag himself around. 107.2. Better, but not enough. Let's see where we are. Major Jam, not going again. He's invalidated for this lap also, as we said. Budge coming down around into the final sector, and he's not down this time. He's going for lap 2. Yeah, he's 97% ERS. He's going to go again. He's going to do the Budge special, a 2-lap effort as he crosses over. Welsh Wizard, 106.2, not improving there. Only 2 thousandths of, and there is a spinner. Big Knockos has spun after 2 laps out on those hard. Big Knockos and Welsh Wizard separated by 2 thousandths of a second. Absolutely phenomenal. Welsh Wizard not improving on that first sector. But here we go. Was that the sector that he had actually got down well? We will see. He's got the DRS open and he is going for it. He is using all the ERS at this time. Let's see. Comes down around through sector 2. Let's see where he is. Elite Carbon up to 4th with just behind Welsh Wizard. 500ths of a second behind. Very little separating these guys. He's slightly down on his time. He is slightly down on his time, and if he improves again this sector the way he did in the last one, he may jump above Big Knockos into second, who is currently spinning somewhere mid-track, or trying to get back to the pits. And there we go, 104, 105, 106.0. He's gone second. He was vastly better in that last second, and puts himself only 200ths of a second behind Bunsey, who is back in the pits. We have 6 minutes left in this quali. Elite Carbon is going again. He is 2/10 down on his time, and he can improve. As a matter of fact, if he does improve at the rate he is, and this last sector is every bit as good, he will go top. He will be on pole, and he has been threatening this every week. He has always been good. Bunsey has defied it, but here we go. Where is he going to be? It's a 105.9. He's in the 105s. He is gone top. Elite Carbon is up top as it stands. Let's see how that affects. That means Bunsey's going to have to go out and try it again. Here's Blue Gunner. He is not down this time. He's going to go again because he was just letting people by, I have to say. Budge went 2 laps. Didn't improve all that much. But he lies in 6th as it happens. Mormick coming down around. He finished the last lap 3 seconds ago, but that wasn't his fast lap. He is now using the ERS and the DRS to the might that he can in order to get around and do better this lap. He has a lot more in him too. Sector 3 and Sector 2, people are around. Let's see. There we have some people letting Mormick by. Thank you very much, people, for staying out of the way. Absolutely phenomenal etiquette this week. And Mormick has invalidated this lap. Mayo Man is on a lap. Let's look at our old pal Mayo Man as he comes through Sector 2. What time does he have when he enters Sector 3? Is he down on his time? Doesn't look like he's using the ERS. No, he's up 11 seconds. He's going to go for another lap like Budge is, or like Budge does normally. Rory Trains, surprisingly finding himself. He is in the Williams. Don't get me wrong. That's a difficult car on this track. This is a very, very fast track, and that's a very, very slow car in reality. Let's see how Rory Train does in this last sector. He's plus 3 seconds. He is not improving this time around. He is going to go. He's not going to go again. He's probably going to put that in the pits and get a new set of boots to get out and get at least one more effort or try at this. Ronanosaurus, he's heading down into the final couple of turns now, and he comes down around the final turn and he down 2/10. Ronanosaurus equally fast and just not able to get anything more out of that Williams on this track, which is exceptionally fast. Whew, here we go. Let's see. Wilfred Boney, where is he? He's come across the line. He is going on a fast lap now.
Meeps there.
Oi, oi, oi. Lucas.
Meeps, can you hear me, Meeps? Can you hear me, Meeps? Come in.
Ah, there he is. There is our superstar presenter, Spider-Man. How are you?
Oh, you're far too kind. I'm good. How are you?
It is great to have you in, fella. Have you seen the new presentation online?
Oh, have I what? It's like Sky News on steroids.
I tell you, Sky Sports teacher, shove that up your hole. Here we go. Wheel to wheel are taking over all sports.
There we go. I love it.
So we have Elite Carbon only one into 105s right now. With Welsh Wizard on beginning a hot lap in third, and Bunsey in second, just on an out lap. That's how we stand. Big Knuckles as well on an out lap. So all the big guns out for this final push.
Hey, the big guns are back out, Meeps. I expect someone to beat the times that are on there at the moment. So let's see who it is.
Yeah. Who we got? So it looks like it's definitely going to be Welsh Wizard going again. He might go again actually, because he's not using a whole lot of ERS right now. So he might be warming up those tyres an extra lap. But he will be first over in the top 10. Budge is on a lap. Budge coming into sector 2. Is he down this time as he comes out of sector 2? Budge likes to go on a couple of laps. Mayo Man up to 5th with a great time, 106.2. He is just 9 thousandths of a second, or 11 thousandths of a second above Blue Gunner. The two McLarens in the top 6.
Yeah. Now Budge could go again. He's coming around the final corner here. He could potentially do another lap and burn a bit of fuel, but we're going to find out now. No, he's burning the battery, so this is going to be Budge's final lap.
Crossed the line in first position. He is up to 105.8. That means that Bunsey has to improve by 2 tenths to go above that. 2.5 tenths. That is a great time from Welsh Wizard. That's going to throw it up there. And Elite Carbon is out also. Yeah, Budge has in all of his time. This is the third time he's out. This is the third time that he's gone on the fastest lap on the second attempt.
Yeah, well, he's down. He's up on his time. He was down a 10th after sector 1. So let's see what he is here.
So he's looking hot there. He could jump a couple of places as well if he continues that speed through the sector. Comes through sector 2. He's
lap
down
so far. He's 3 tenths. Yeah.
He's now on almost the 1.6
Yeah, this could be close. This could get him on the front row if he can nail this last couple of corners.
Sure could. He sure could.
Takes that very nice.
The final corner.
Oh, that's very nice. Come on, get the power down.
He's going across the line.
Oh,
106.1. He's up to 5th. Oh my God! Because Elite Carbon and Big Knockos are up to 105.9.
Oh, Knockos with a great lap there. Where's Bunsey? Where's Bunsey on track?
Fourth as it happens. This is the one. This is the one to
I'm
watch
on board
now.
with Bunsey.
Bunsey is now coming through sector 2. We're live on board with Bunsey. Oh, this is tight. This is tight at the top.
He needs to nail these couple of corners here.
Yep. Sector 2.
Oh, and he's not really making much time up.
He's less than a hundredth down. Half a hundredth.
Oh, he needs 2 tenths here.
Yep.
On these last 2
Elite
corners.
Carbon is out.
Oh, no.
He's after invalidating. So that's Welsh Wizard on top for his first pole, I think. Wow. Where did that come from?
Fantastic. That power of the Mercedes now really shining through here at this track.
So clearly the problem in the Mercedes setup is a hero. Like,
I'm not getting drawn into that conversation.
Is a hero's not here, and Welsh Wizard puts on a quality masterclass. What's going on in the Mercedes setup? Supreme Boy, one final attempt here. He's going to hit a wall. That's the end of qualification. Fair enough. Okay. Ooh, juicy.
Everybody finished now. That's qualifying over. Welsh Wizard with a terrific lap. Big Knockos continuing his recent run of form where he's been on the front row, I think, for the last number of races.
Yeah.
But normally it's alongside Bunsey.
Yeah, Bunsey on the second row and Budge right beside him on the other side of the track.
It's going to be interesting here because turn 1 can be tricky, and we've seen over the last couple of races that Bunsey doesn't get off the line as quick as some of the lads around him.
Right.
So he could find himself, with cars around him going into turn one here, and it's a tricky turn one if you have cars either side of you.
It's a yeah. They're approaching that. They're approaching that corner at some speed, and it's like a hard. It's just a little bit more than 90 degrees right. So, like, you could turn right into anybody beside you. You got to be very careful, as you say.
Yeah, it's tricky, and I mean, to be fair to Bunsey, like Bunsey doesn't, I know he doesn't run traction control, so it's trickier for him to get the power down off the line. Whereas some of the guys around him who are running traction control, they can just plant the throttle
Yeah.
and really get the power down early, which is, it's a big advantage to get the car moving.
Yeah. So running through the standings here for quali, we have Welsh Wizard, Big Knockos, Elite Carbon, Bunsey, Budge, Mayo Man, Blue Gunner, Mormick, Buffalucas, and Supreme Bio in the top 10. Everybody else outside that, we're going to run out of time.
Look at
Angry
the gap
Chameleon
between
finds himself in
Knockos.
12th position in that Alpine, still not getting any traction with that.
Knockos and Elite Carbon were separated by 1,000th of a second.
Yeah, they were, and before that, there were literally 2,000s and 3,000s between all those guys. Everybody back to Major Jam, I think in 16th is 106 or better.
Yeah, it tends to be a track meets where the gaps between people, they tend to be quite small.
Yeah.
It's a track that a lot of people tend to know. There's not an awful lot to it, although some of the corners can be quite technical because they're high braking, but there doesn't tend to be an awful lot in qualifying.
Yeah. I mean, yeah, you look at the track length, you compare it to somewhere like Spa, where this is a 106, 105 track. It's a 145 or 146 in Spa.
Yeah, this
So
track is kind of just
that's a
point and shoot.
that's a massively longer lap, which means that there's potential for much bigger gaps.
Have we any weather updates? Do we know what we're expecting?
No
here?
weather update from the pits. It looks clear. It looks clear in Austria today.
Although there does seem to be a little bit of cloud cover.
I think that's Chameleon burning the Alpine in the back of the woods.
The poor chap cannot get the grips with it, can he?
He's literally sending it off like they do when all the Jedi's, to a better life,
He's really fallen off a cliff since he's moved out of the McLaren.
He doesn't like that Alpine, and I think Chameleon would admit this himself. Psychologically, when something like that happens to him, it drives him mad, and he takes himself out of the game every bit as much as as the next person. When you just get something like that in his head, I don't know how much realistically is the Alpine, because we've seen Big Knockos win and do well in the Alpine all season, and the Alpines traditionally have been in the top 5 for most races.
Yeah, to be fair, they have. So we'll see now. Well, here they are. They're on the grid. They're starting their formation lap.
As Welsh Wizard is the one that takes us around in the formation lap. What a great story.
Wow.
Welsh Wizard, #1 driver, season 5 at Mercedes. Is a hero being relegated to Haas.
So what are we predicting, Meeps? Well, how do you see this panning out?
I put in my this is the thing. I put in my predictions into the ticker bar earlier. I did go with a Bunsey win, and I said I had a major. And this is crazy. Major Jam qualifying in 15th. I had him in 2nd because he's lightning quick on tracks like this, and I'm shocked that he couldn't get anything else out of that Aston today so far.
Yeah, just a hint of Katy Perry off Major Jam, though. He's hot and cold. You don't really know what you're going to get sometimes.
Yeah, I have Elite exactly where he qualified in 3rd position. So I have a Bunsey Major Elite. I think Bunsey's going to get swallowed up a little bit, but he'll push on and do well. I think this is bang. I think Budge might be in the top 4.
Well, if we have a look there at the tyre situation, we have Elite Carbon, Bunsey and Budge. So 3rd, 4th and 5th place have opted for the hard compound tyre.
Yeah. going
So we have the
along.
top two, the front two Welsh Wizard and Knockos are on the mediums. They're going to have a nice advantage for the first few laps.
Hmm.
So yeah, I'm just very interested now in this third, fourth, and fifth place on the hard tyres. How they get off the line with the medium runners behind them to
Yeah.
face this turn one.
I think we've got to look at Mormick in eighth there with the medium tyres. He might have a good stint and he might play a part in this.
Right, I'm on board with Bunsey.
Well, here we go. We're
Yeah,
watching
he's
them all
a little
come down
slow
towards
off the line.
and
Bunsey's
Welsh
getting
Wizard
swallowed.
gets very well, very well. And as it happens, Elite Carbon overtakes Big Knockos. Budge retains his fifth. Oh no, Budge goes above Bunsey and Mayo Man jumps up to fourth. Oh, this is good. This is good.
Here's turn
Big
two
Knockos
is the
back to
tricky
third.
one.
Not a great start from him.
Oh, cold tyres.
Cold tyres, exactly. And Chameleon is down 3 places to 15th. That's not the start you want when you start on the mediums. Let's have a look at the changes.
Knockos is being put under serious pressure here from Mayo Man. Mayo Man has the inside line to this left. Can Knocko? Oh, nearly contact.
Mayo Man is up to third. Oh,
Yeah, he's flying.
So Mayo Man is up 3 positions to third, with Big Knockos down in fourth. Let's see, the biggest winner so far is Why Not See, up 6 positions to 10th. Whatever was going on at the back of the grid there for a couple of turns. And also we have the biggest losers, Mormick, down 13. I cursed Mick saying that literally as the fucking lights go out.
Now Knocko's attacking Mayo. He got a lovely run out of turn one and he has him on the outside.
Oh, that's beautiful. And this is something that's a battle that primed for the rest of the race, really.
Yeah, and if you look at Budge there in fifth on those hard tyres, if Mayo and Knockos can open that gap to a second, they should be able to break away.
Yeah, if
they're just about hovering around that second now.
Outside the second now.
That's what they need. The 2Ds need to bear that in mind now, because they've got the DRS be coming online.
Yeah.
In the next lap or two, they need that second gap back to Budge.
Yeah, because
that's really important.
Budge can get a toe around on those hards to get them warmed up if that doesn't.
Exactly. They need to break that second.
And then they're on lap 2, and he's still about there. Like he's still 8 tenths there, and he's into 7.5. Like a bit of space loss there by 7 tenths down now. Budge 79% DRS. Exactly the same for Mayo Man. Welsh Wizard fastest lap of 109. That'll be better at some stage.
The DRS is enabled.
DRS is enabled, so now Budge is able to get a toe, and then Bunsey, Bunsey's right there where he needs to be. He's going to get a toe from that Alpha as well. So
yeah, well, look, I'm looking at Budge. He knows how important this is. He's gone through about 30 to 35% of that battery.
Yeah.
He knows he needs to stay within the second.
Yeah, absolutely. He's out. He's out.
And this is going to invite Bunsey onto the back of Budge if Budge can't hang on to this. Oh, Mayo's after messing up there. This is a gift to Budge.
Mayo Man losing a ton of time to Big Knocko's getting the advantage that he was looking for, but Elite Carbon on those hards. Wow, that's going to be a battle with Big Knockos now. Coming into this middle stint.
Yeah, Knockos needs to clear Elite Carbon.
And Budge is getting all that DRS. He's enjoying that. Staying 70%.
Well, the problem is here is that Mayo has dropped off the back of Knockos. Mayo is now a sitting duck because he's going to have no DRS, and the guys behind him are going to have it. So we're going to see a move here by Budge, and here's Budge now on Mayo.
Go for a move on Mayo.
No, he's not. I don't think he's going to send it.
No.
Oh, he is. Oh, that's ambitious. He's overshot that one.
Oh, he has, and there might be a word had there. Mayo loses 3 positions for that.
Yeah, that wasn't great. Now those tires, they're probably not up to temp just yet.
And to be honest, all he does with Rolanosaurus right behind him is put himself under trouble. But he's right. Bunsey got Budge.
Yeah,
in all that.
Budge overshot that one, and Mayo had to get out of the way to let him through.
So now Bunsey is now 2.4 seconds behind Big Knockos.
Yeah,
That
well,
was a
let's see
very
now. Bunsey,
unbudge-like move.
yeah, it really was. Now, but can Budge hang on to the back of Bunsey? Both on the hard tyres. Ronanosaurus is going to want to be making a move on the back of
He
Budge,
sure
and
is,
Mayo
yeah.
is going to want his payback.
He definitely needs to hold on to him. He definitely needs to, or he definitely needs to hold on to Bunsey. Bunsey for him will be easier to hold on to, say, than Big Knuckles anyway. As they're on a similar, and there's a bit of an issue there. Who's that coming out of the pits?
Knuckles had an issue.
That's Knuckles. That was Knuckles. He spun. It looks like I thought he was coming out of the pits, but he's obviously spun. Bunsey and Budge has overtaken him, and now he's side by side with Ronanosaurus. Bunsey is back, or sorry, Big Knuckles is back on it. Oh, and what a send!
Oh, there's contact.
Oh, and Big Knuckles suffers again. He's lost a ton of positions there. He has to have spun there. He lost all that time, and I thought somebody was coming out of the pits.
I think he might have spun at turn 1 or turn 2, but if he can just get the tyre temps back down, a bit of composure, if he has no damage, which I don't think he does, he's not pitting.
Yeah.
He needs to settle back down because Ronanosaurus in front of him, I saw his light flashing there a few seconds ago. He is after burning through an awful lot of battery to get to where he is, or to hold on to where he is. There you go again, flashing again. So Knuckles will see that and know that he will pass him.
8% battery.
Yeah, well there you go. So Knuckles just needs to do what he's doing here. Oh, there we go. See you later.
Wobble. They probably would have had him there anyway, especially being the fact that he has the faster car and that. But he's going to pull away there. But that means Big Knuckles retains that DRS between himself and Budge. And Mayo Man is this is a battle of the McLarens. And Ronanosaurus was looking to get up to Budge as soon as possible. The McLarens back and forward there. They're sharing it there. They're probably dragging each other around. Ronanosaurus is falling outside from Big Knuckles, and that's because he's gaining some battery. He's back up to 20%, so he's trying like hell to do that. Budge remains ahead of Big Knuckles, and at this stage now the medium runners have used up. Oh, Chameleon with a 3-second time penalty. His race goes from bad to worse as he's back in last position.
Yeah, it's not great so far. You can't get rid of the 3 seconds either. You can serve the 5 in the pits. The 3 you're stuck with. So
yeah, so
that's not great.
No, so as it stands, himself, Budge, and Major Jam will all be on 155 to 156 to 157, I think is the price or the score right now.
Okay, so it's very close.
Yeah.
In terms of the crossover with the tyres, I mean, you'd be doing a medium hard here, so
yeah,
you'd probably look at getting the bones of 20 laps out of the hards, like maybe even 22, which would mean that you'd want to be getting around 14 out of the mediums.
Yeah.
So
they're right. The medium runners now really have to take advantage of these laps, because those hard tyres are going to start coming good, and any advantage they had on the mediums will have been lost.
Well, I mean, they probably still have an advantage for the next couple of laps, and then you're going to see the crossover starting to come into play.
That's what I mean. But they're not getting the advantage they would have liked, and that's for sure.
No, but I tell you what, Meeps, there is a bit of cloud cover around. I mean, are we going to potentially see a little bit of rain later in the race?
I haven't heard. I haven't had anybody update me from the pits, but it is certainly possible. And this is the track that would, with the amount of penalties that you can potentially get around here, it could make things very interesting if it comes late. Yeah, and that might suit the hard runners. They could probably go to the rain.
I tell you what, though, from one lunatic's on the back of the other here, we have Vern on the back of Buffa.
Vern on the back of Buffa. Let's have a look there.
This is probably the closest battle on track from what I can see.
Yeah.
You're talking 4/10.
It looks like Bunsey staying ahead of Budge, and Budge with Big Knockos and Budge just kind of solidifying their spot behind them.
Yeah, no, you see, you have like the top 5 who are after breaking away. Welsh Wizard is maintaining that 2.5 gap.
Yeah.
And then you have Bunsey, Budge, and Knockos, and then there's a gap of nearly 4 seconds back to Blue Gunner.
Yeah, I have to say as well. Like, I mean, it's just.
Vern, sorry, Meeps. Vern is very close here.
Yeah, the 2 Red Bulls involved here as well. Kaiser right behind Vern as well. So,
yeah, that's actually true. Vern, we're going to see now. I think we're going to see a move from Vern very shortly.
Yeah, and the mad thing about this is that Vern and Kaiser have the most watched TikTok in wheel-to-wheel history.
2 absolute Goliaths.
A 2-parter that has more views and likes than any other video on there. Here we go.
Can Vern get this Red Bull close enough to the back of the Haas? Go on, here we go. He needs a good exit here. Oh no! Has this put him under pressure from Kaiser? It has.
By Buffa Lucas in the Haas.
Yeah.
But he's closer this time.
Oh!
Yeah, I thought we were going to see it there. Wilfred Boney with the 3-second time penalty. Now here we go. Has he got the advantage here?
He's going for it. There's no way he's pulling out of this.
He's on the outside. That's the place to be.
Oh, there's contact.
Bit of a tap. Oh! Now what? He took that sideways round the corner. Wow, that's going to be talked about. They were side by side. Who touched who?
I don't know, but now we have Kaiser on the back of Vern. Kaiser has about 70-80% battery, and Vern is running low.
Yeah. Oh, this is tasty. Vern is 5 seconds off Mayo Man.
Ooh, and look at Budge. Sorry there now. Budge has been passed by Knockos.
Yeah. There's 38% battery and 50. Them guys have been in a battle. They've used a lot of battery, each of those. But they're all once they stay here, they're all got a great chance. And good news for the medium runners. Those hards aren't looking much slower in reality than the medium runners anyway.
Now, I'll tell you what would be nice now would be a safety car anytime the next couple of laps for the medium runners where they can put on the hards, because then that'll give the guys who started on the hards a real dilemma.
Yeah, absolutely. At this stage now, a safety car will be devastating the hard runners.
Yes, this is when the guys on the mediums will be praying for a safety car.
Major jam up into the points above Kaiser. Oh, and Kaiser must have had some of an issue with Vern, because he's dropped 2 positions.
Oh God, Vern. Vern's on the warpath today.
He sure is. He's up to 9th. Should have had an outside bet on Vern, I have to say.
It looks like Budge is falling back from Knockos now. Knockos seems to still have a good bit of pace on those mediums.
Yeah, 12 laps in. They're near their end, but at the end of the day, he's still getting the laps that he needs out of them.
Yeah, and he's now starting to apply pressure to the back of Bunsey. So we could see a move here from Knockos.
Yeah, Budge saving ERS, whereas it looks like Big Knockos was using a bit.
Yeah, well, Bunsey's very close to start to derate here. He's on 25%. Knockos has twice that.
Oh, so he does. Yeah, absolutely. Elite Carbon is now, you can see that crossover. He's on the back of Welsh Wizard.
Yeah, there you go. That's a clear sign now that Elite.
That's the first sign he's got. He's gained, in that last 2 laps, he's gained half a second.
Yeah.
So this is the crossover time.
Sector 2.
Oh, Big Blue Gunner is gone.
Gone or just gone?
He spun out, but he's back in the race. But he's all the way back to 10th, 11th. And he was battling with his teammate. Not his teammate, but his car mate.
I think now if we hop on board with Knockos, we could see a potential move here. He didn't get a great final turn there, but he's going to be... The lads up ahead are really starting to battle now for first and second.
Yeah, the crossover has happened. Budge is starting to gain some of that time back.
He is.
So... Oh, there we go. Rhinoceros is the first in, along with Blue Gunner into the pits. but Blue Gunner, sorry, Grananosaurus and Wilfred are scheduled stops, whilst Blue Gunner is not.
Tell you what, it's all kicking off here around 9th and 10th. Kaiser and Buffer are still very close to each other.
Yeah. Vern up to 7th.
Oh, what a man.
On the mediums. Going longer. Vern is fond of going long on a set of tyres.
Oh, Major Jam. Major Jam is applying the pressure here on the back of Vern.
He is. And Vern has more ERS to battle with.
Ooh.
I just think at this stage, Major Jam is looking a bit more stable on track. I'd say those mediums are starting to feel a bit bad by comparison, definitely, because Major Jam is like rails around the corners. Vern is sticking to the inside a bit though.
But the medium runners still really want to be getting another few laps. So here we go.
He's got the ERS and the DRS. Vern.
Oh, he's going on the outside. The ballsy man's route. Oh,
a bit of a tap.
I think that was okay.
Vern retains the position. Woo! Oh, and Big Knuckles is all over the back of Bunty now.
Welsh Wizard hanging on to that first place.
He sure is. Let's have a look at the DRS. Oh wow, Welsh Wizard 90%.
So he is cruising.
Yeah, because Elite, although he's within half a second now, he's down to 40.
Okay, wow. Keep an eye on Mayo Man's gone into the pit, so he's going for an undercut here.
Yeah, that's a scheduled stop at least, and so is Buffalo Lucas.
Knockos is getting very close to Bunsey in the braking zone. He's going to get very close to him here again.
Budge
and there goes the light.
Within that second, so
Knockos absolutely throws it down the inside.
Wow! It is king of the late breakers in this one.
That car was thrown down there.
Wow!
He kept it on track. To be fair to him.
And that means Budge is right now in the mix now with that within 3/10 of Bunsey as a result of that corner incident.
Yeah, Bunsey won't enjoy that one.
No.
Oh, Bunsey gets out of shape there.
He got squirrely there. He did. We're on live with Budge at the moment. And there's Welsh Wizard gone into the pit after 15 laps.
Okay, so now I think that's going to start setting off a bit of a chain reaction.
Yeah, it sure
If a safety car comes out during this lap, the boys are laughing.
Yeah. But I think it's been a very clean race. Welsh Wizard. Oh no, yeah, sorry, that's the pit. He's in the pit. Sorry, he was only 0.1 of a second behind Budge there for a second.
Grananosaurus, very close.
Yeah.
Behind Mayo. Mayo with the new boots on. They're not going to be up to temp just yet.
Oh, and there's Rory Drain has gone in.
Mayo going defensive. He's going to be left wide open here. But then again, it's the Williams. Doesn't have the power. It does.
Williams. That was a great exit by the Williams of Ronanosaurus. Wow. This is the difference. Those hards are a little bit more warmed up than Mayo's. The first couple of laps on those hards are a little dicey.
Yeah, it is, to say the least.
That's where people will lose it most of the time on the transfer.
Now let's see if Knockos goes in. Is Knockos going super long, or is he going to?
He's gone around again.
You all right? Okay.
Bunsey and Budge, they're all kind of settled there, but Elite Carbon leading this again. Great race by him.
This medium tyres now, they're really going to be starting to feel the pinch.
Major Jam, Welsh, Sue's gone in there, Vern has gone in, Mormick has gone in, and Supreme Bio all gone in on their scheduled stops. So there we go. It's now the hard runners. Welsh Wizard though, still in the top 5, only 16 or 17 seconds back from the front runners who all have to stop yet.
Yeah, well, oh, here we go. Sector 2 and 3. Yellow flags.
Oh,
What's going on here? There, car off to the left. Is that a Haas? Sector 3
Wilfred.
yellow. Okay, Knockos is going into the pits.
Knuckles is in. Knuckles is in, right. Now.
Don't be speeding. Don't be speeding. Fuck.
Welsh Wizard. What's the time around here? Although, I suppose now there's 1.7, 1.3, that's 3 seconds, 4 seconds.
Well, let's see now with Welsh Wizard, with Knockos. Let's see what's the gap.
At this very moment in time, Elite Carbon.
Here comes Welsh Wizard. Oh, Welsh Wizard. Yes, the undercut has actually worked out.
Knockos.
Yeah, but look how far Welsh Wizard up ahead, 2 seconds. Now, before that, Knockos was right on the back of Elite Carbon, who was right beside Welsh Wizard before Welsh Wizard pitted.
Yeah.
So you can see the undercut has actually worked there.
Right. But there was a bigger gap to Big Knockos than 2 seconds from Welsh Wizard.
But was Welsh Wizard not right beside Elite Carbon when he pitted? There was like nothing between them.
He was, but now he's there was the gap to Big Knockos was much larger.
Okay.
So
so
it's net neutral, I'd say, at that stage.
So we have Elite Carbon up ahead.
This is a massive battle at the back of the track between Mormick, Supreme Boyo and Blue Gunner. Mormick taking 2. And he's going for a 3rd with Vern.
Go on, Mick.
Mick having a great outlap on those hard tyres. Vern going medium. Oh no, sorry, he's not. He's gone hard. Sorry, it's Blue Gunner who's on the medium. Why not see a 3-second time penalty? 5 drivers a penalty now. Wilfred Boney is gone. Retired in the pits, obviously, because he's not on track. Mormick all over the back of Vern. Vern squeezing on the inside. But Vern having to go on the inside of why not see? Oh, and that gives Blue Gunner the opportunity to overtake.
Oh, who's going to be last to break here?
And Mormick, the braver.
They give each other room. That's
Mormick led
the Alpha
by there. He ran wide. Okay, let's see what we've got going on at the front. Bunsey is now. Oh, there we go. We've got Budge is into the pits after 20 laps. So that's about right for him. 21 would probably be an ideal.
Yeah, I think the hard runners can probably stretch it out a little bit more.
Yeah, but I guess
nice
you were talking about the undercut before.
Yeah, it's just then thinking the long game, like no safety cars, you're going to want fresh enough tyres in the end. And look at the carnage up ahead, this is going to be mayhem. There's 4 or 5 cars. Ooh! Mick has the best view of the house here.
Yeah.
Supreme Boyo is looking racy.
Oh,
he's going up on the outside. Oh, he's
hit the back of Blue Gunner. Oh, these are side by side. This is tantalising stuff going on here.
Great racing.
He backs out of it.
Oh, no, he didn't. Supreme Boyo is gone again. Supreme Boyo, that was a nice move.
Oh, but Blue Gunner gets it back. Wow. Now, as you say, like there's 15 laps left, which means that, and we've seen that the mediums can go 15 laps, especially with a lighter car at the end of the race.
Oh yeah.
So Budge probably right on the numbers there. And you know Budge, if he's thought about this, his racecraft is phenomenal. It's not necessarily that he's the fastest, but he's no penalties and brilliant racecraft. So he might know something.
Supreme Boyo, contact made. Supreme Boyo was around. He drove into the back of Blue Gunner.
No! It's 2 cars.
That has to be a safety car. Safety car.
And that screws Budge. Well, actually, it's all right for Budge, but it really means now that the people ahead of him who didn't stop are in perfect condition.
Bunsey and Elite Carbon are rubbing their hands together.
Oh,
those guys have got a free pit stop here.
Brilliant. And Bunsey and Elite Carbon have just arrived at the pits.
Yeah, couldn't have worked out any better.
Wow! And Drain is out of this. He came around, and it was a front-to-front smash because he was in the pit lane.
Very, very unfortunate for a Drainer. I was on board with Supreme Boyle. He just got the braking wrong. He hit the back of Blue Gunner. It spun him around, and of course, Drainer was coming around the corner at a rate of knots, and Supreme Boyle was parked in the middle of the road.
Jesus.
Yeah, that was.
That's thrown this up. Budge is on fresh new tyres anyway, so that's okay. But the advantage he's lost, position-wise.
Well, Big Knuckles has gone into the pits again. Probably the right move.
Yeah.
You know, Big Knuckles getting a set of mediums on again.
Fresh mediums to the end. He's got the best tyres now. But Elite Carbon.
Well, I mean, you have Elite Carbon, Bunsey, and Big Knuckles have all just pitted for fresh mediums.
Yeah.
Of course, Knuckles started on mediums. He threw on the hards, and now he's after taking advantage of the safety car to put back on mediums.
Yeah.
So it was a good call.
And that safety car was ideal for the hard runners who hadn't stopped, because Elite Carbon has made that switch with Welsh Wizard.
But look, Welsh Wizard may have missed the boat here.
Oh,
he's left on his hard tyres.
Oh, 6 laps. Old hards.
Hard tyres.
Oh,
yeah, and
he's now vulnerable to Bunsey and Budge behind.
He's vulnerable to Knockos, Budge, Bunsey.
Yeah.
Elite Carbon is just ahead of him.
Rhinosaurus has stayed out. Major Jam doing the right thing in 8th. He's going to go up a couple of positions, I have to imagine. Angry Chameleon finds himself now in 12th because 3 people are out.
Yeah, but Angry Chameleon for some reason hasn't pitted either. I mean, surely he needs to get into the pits.
Chameleon needs to.
There's nothing really to lose.
Surely Chameleon.
He's 12 lap old hards.
We stick with Chameleon because he's surely going in this time. It can't possibly.
I mean, if I was Chameleon, I'd probably risk putting on a set of softs, pray for another safety car, make up a few spots.
Like you'll have about 13 laps. He hasn't gone in.
I don't know what he's doing, so it doesn't make much sense.
Vern's gone
There's
in.
only 3 cars behind him.
Sure, you might as well at this rate. Yeah, mediums to the end there as well. Maybe Chameleon's going one more lap and he's saying I'll go soft. He has got the penalties there as well, so it's hard to say.
Can we see the penalties actually? Yeah, let me have a look here.
Yeah, let's have a look. Let's have a look at the penalties. Penalties: 16 seconds for Buffalucas.
16.
16 and 6 for Chameleon, and why not? That really puts them out of contention on any real level here.
Anybody with a 5? No.
3 for Blue Gunner. No, everybody is. Well, part of that 16, you have to imagine one of them is a 5.
Yeah, actually, very good.
He's well deserved that now. That's bizarre. 16 seconds. He's not had a great safety car
in this lap. Okay, so we got Elite Carbon leading the way. Fresh medium boots. Welsh Wizard behind with 7 lap old hards. Then Bunsey with new mediums.
I'm going to get on board with Bunsey because I reckon he'll have a great view of the get off.
Yeah.
And we'll
that's
see
actually not bad.
We'll see if Budge challenges him, but they've got great tyres, the 2 of them.
Yeah, if I was Elite Carbon, I'd be trying to get the power down before the final corner.
Yeah.
You know, put Welsh Wizard on the hards under pressure.
Bunsey nearly run into the back of Welsh. And Chameleon hasn't stopped.
Yeah, that's very unusual. I'm not sure what's going on or what
Everybody behind him on 1 lap old or better mediums.
I'm on board with Budge here, right? Okay, leader's gone.
Yeah.
Budge has got a good run.
He has. He's
Bunsey.
got a good run, and Welsh got a bit of a jump on, or a better jump on him than Bunsey did on Budge. Budge will hold on to the back of that car easily. But Mayo Man and 9 lap old hards is not going to be too much of a worry for Budge at this rate. Because 3 of those laps that Budge has done is under safety car.
Yeah. Welsh Wizard, these cold tyres, they won't be up to the temperature that the mediums are yet.
Yeah.
So can Bunsey put the pressure on to Welsh at the early stages after the restart?
So what we have here is there's Angry Chameleon losing out to Why Not. A bit of a Why Not Chameleon battle going on here side by side, with Blue Gunner joining it, and so is Vern.
Oh, that's a tasty trio.
Oh, this is good. Chameleon is ahead. No, it's... Oh, and Why Not is around it. Oh, no. It's Blue Gunner overtakes Why Not. And Vern is looking to score here.
We have... Sorry, Meeps. You have Knocko's making a move on Mayo here. Around the outside of turn 1.
Yeah, we see it there going into turn 1.
Oh, going under... with a switchback.
What a great switchback.
Lovely. Right, so that's Knocko's knew we had to do that. Knocko's now has to tag on to the cars in front
Wizard
of him.
And Bunsey. Oh, and a great exit from Bunsey. Oh, and he's going to get him. He's on the outside as well. So Bunsey or Wizard is going to have
this would be a nice move. Is he going to compete? He's putting up a fight. Can Bunsey get a switchback?
He
got the run.
That Mercedes has some speed in it. But this is all working out very well for Elite Carbon, who's now 1.5 seconds ahead.
I think Bunsey has a lovely line through here, though. Look at this.
And Budge is there too if there's any scraps to be had.
Bunsey burning the battery up the inside before the final couple of corners. This is risky.
Doing that.
Oh, the contact's made. He's around. It was a ballsy move. Always come back on the track careful.
Oh, and he's last position. Budge is now on a podium.
Yeah, that was always going to end in tears.
Oh, we have another one. We have another safety car. I'm pretty sure that has to be a safety car. I think that's Major Jam out of the race.
No sign of a safety car just yet.
Oh, well, he's rejoined, but he has literally no front end on this car. What the frick?
Sector 1 and 2, what's going on? I'm missing all this. What's going on?
He's gone straight through the corner and Chameleon and Vern going at it. Oh my God, Vern and him locking wheels. Oh my God.
Oh my God. Oh, Chameleon on the U-beat.
Into the back of Vern. What's going on? Chameleon is pissed. Something has happened. The Chameleon is pissed. And he is driving aggressive, and he's taking everybody with him.
He's attached to the back of Vern.
Oh,
he's hit him.
They're locking wheels. It's going crazy.
This is nuts.
Fucking Major Jam messing it all up.
It's getting a bit out of hand.
Kaiser Gunner is now on the back of them all, and Vern loses 3 positions. Oh, there's a wing going for the Red Bull of Kaiser. What the hell?
What's going on?
They killing each other. Killing each other, Major Jam and Bubba Lucas into the pits. And look at this.
Vern,
Chameleon is
Vern
going
still
under
on the
pressure
back.
from Vern. Oh, this is just delightful stuff. What
Vern
a race.
Is not happy.
What a race.
Will Vern use the brakes here?
Anymore. Big Knockos has overtaken Budge. We will join that again. But
Vern has a run on Chameleon.
Big Knockos has overtaken Welsh Wizard.
Here comes Vern on the back of Chameleon.
Oh, Jesus. Chameleon is in the points. Except for the fact he has a 6-second time penalty.
I can't switch this off. I have to look at Vern and Chameleon here.
Welsh Wizard is Big Knockos is up to 2nd position. Elite Carbon 3 seconds ahead with 7 laps to go. Or sorry, I beg your pardon.
Chameleon's around. Chameleon's around.
Chameleon has spun it. Chameleon is around. Oh, and there is Vern saying thank you for that. That gives me a point as it happens.
Vern was loving watching that. It was like in slow-mo. Chameleon just losing the rear.
That was a very interesting. We caught all of that, and Chameleon is finally into the pits after 17 laps, and he's just going to probably mill the Renault garage, to be honest, at this rate.
That was absolute carnage. I don't know what was going on there.
You'd swear that was for first. Big Knockos and Budge, 3/10 between them. Welsh Wizard is back ahead of Big Knockos. This is an incredible battle. Incredible driving by that Welsh Wizard in the Mercedes. But it's only 3 or 4 tenths between all 3 drivers. Mayo Man is let out, so the top 4 are in good stead. This has been brilliant for Elite Carbon, who's been able to pull ahead by nearly 4 seconds.
Yeah, Elite Carbon's laughing. He's checked out, but can Knockos clear Welsh Wizard?
All he has to do now is take it home and forget about the rest.
Going to be a sitting duck here on this next straight. Knockos has a good line through it.
There's a great
gets the
line
power
by
down.
Budge as well.
Budge a little far back. Knockos has a run here. He's
but
gone on the inside.
84% ERS, and he's burning it too.
Knockos.
Oh, and Budge might get both of them.
Now Knockos going to be under attack. Knockos needs to cover. He's taking up as much road as he can.
This is going to be like this.
He's forcing them down the inside.
Oh, they may take each other out.
Budge gets a run.
Oh, this is good. Budge has the most DRS or ERS of all these three. He's going to get the battle hard near the end. I'd say he's waiting, because getting ahead with a few laps to go puts you in a vulnerable position. But if he does it at just the right time, he could make it work.
Budge needs to capitalise on any mistakes these two make up ahead, who are battling.
Nothing between these three as they enter the final few laps. 30 laps served. 30 laps
Here's
served.
Budge.
Budge is
going for the inside of turn 1. This is ballsy.
Backed out. Oh, but hitting that curb hard on the left and bouncing a little bit, but he got away.
Here's Knockos. Knockos, would you not wait till the next straight? He's just going to invite pressure onto himself again on the second DRS zone.
And this is, I think Budge is happy to let these two go at it for now.
There, Knockos gets a DRS here. If Knockos can clear Welsh Wizard here, can he open the gap through sector 3? He's gone down the inside.
Oh, and he's overshot.
There's contact. Contact has been made.
Oh, now Budge is all over the back of him. But these guys are going to do this all the way around the next lap too. This is going to be interesting. But Lucas is out of the race. Angry Chameleon up to 14th.
Welsh Wizard, those tyres are going to be feeling a little bit rough.
Yeah, absolutely. I think definitely the mediums won't start going off really until the very last couple of laps. And Big Knuckles with a 3-second time penalty.
That's something he did not want.
He got a win because of a penalty last week, and he may very well lose second as a result of that. Now it's Budge and Wizard, if they can just hold on to Knuckles.
Oh, hold on. Who's this? That a lap car? The Haas?
The Haas is Buffalucas coming out of the thing, is it? Yeah, Buffalucas' car came back onto track.
Knuckles loses the car. Opens the door for Welsh Wizard.
Wow, that was for position as well.
Yeah, now Budge going down the inside.
Oh, that was where he tried it on Mayo Man. It was a bit of a run. Bunsey fastest lap on those softs. Bunsey out of the points here. But so is Angry Chameleon. So the Mayo for Jam. So 5th for Mayo. Actually, Mayo isn't gaining anything. 3-second time penalty for Mormick. Normally a very good driver for not getting penalties. Budge is on the podium here, as is Welsh.
Oh, Knuckles is gone! Knuckles is gone!
Oh my God, his second spin, and that puts Budge right behind Welsh Wizard now. So these tyres, 12 lap mediums, 16 lap hards, probably about like for like now.
Getting squeezed by Blue Gunner. Turn 2 is going to be interesting here. Knuckles' tyres are surely a bit hot.
He's not doing him any favours either. He's not going to finish in top 4 now. And there is the McLaren going, and the McLaren has the DRS from the other McLaren. So it looks like Big Knuckles with that 3-second time penalty just pushed a little bit too hard. Now, I'd say these tyres are probably similar enough now at this stage, aren't they?
Yeah, 10 to 16 laps, yeah, you'd imagine so.
The only thing is, 3 of those laps Budge had on the mediums were under safety car.
Oh, that's also true as well, I forgot that.
So he has, if he times this right, he's now within 2/10. He can make the move in the last couple of laps and hope.
Oh, McLaren gone! McLaren gone into the wall.
Oh, McLaren's around now. He's no wing as well. He's after losing the front wing. And he's going to cause a problem for those guys coming down. That's okay. Everybody's happy. And Vernie Verne now up to 9th.
With no penalties.
Probably going to take over. He's probably going to overtake. Why not see as well with those 6 seconds? Verne currently net P8. Mormick, surprisingly. I didn't know it was Mormick up in 6th.
Mormick
7th
up
now
in
with
6th.
Ronaldosaurus.
What's his penalties though?
3.
Okay.
So Ronanosaurus, why not see has 6, so he's not a danger really now. But he can hold, if he can hold on to Ronan, he's good. Let's see Budge. He's fallen back a little bit, but he might be just waiting. He's 59%. Yeah, Welch is burning up that ERS to keep the advantage. So Budge is just kind of sitting pretty and not using too much.
Yeah, but at this stage, I suppose, yeah, you have to remember Budge's tyres are 3 laps on his safety car, so yeah.
He's just.
It's time to get the finger out. If you're Budge here we goes. Budge sends it. He's on the inside.
Oh, he is. He's gone and he's made it stick, but the under or the switchback.
Yeah, now Budge needs to burn a bit here.
Yeah, he
Defend the DRS. He's left the door open there on the inside. Welsh is not sending it up. Okay, so here's Budge's chance now.
No, this is it.
Can he open up a gap in Sector 3?
Yeah, 21 and 27, they're pretty much identical on the ERS now. Budge burned a lot to make that happen. But he's done it at a time. He's done it at a time where he's actually starting to pull away. And Mailman is around. Yellow. Big Knocko's up to 4th. Oh, and he nearly takes out Ronan.
Knocko's dropping back. Knocko's had an issue.
Yes, him and Mayo had a contact, it looks like. Mormick up to 6th. And Ronanosaurus is right up into 4th now. So the podium is pretty much decided, it would seem.
Well, Welsh Wizard has a good run on Budge.
And Welsh takes back 2nd.
Sector 2 and 3 yellow.
Yeah, I'd say that's the guys rejoining. Knockos is around. Mormick up to 6th. That is a live position. Bernie Verne back to 9th.
Okay, Budge, can you hold on to your battery?
Budge 25%. 25 each.
Yeah, Budge needs to just hang on to that till maybe the 1st or 2nd straight and just burn it all in the one go. Have one shot at getting past Welsh Wizard.
Oh, and Bunchy's out of this race. DNF.
Budge needs to play this smart. He doesn't want to go by him here. He just wants to attach himself to the back of the bumper.
Yeah, he wants to be right on the back of him.
Yeah.
Here we go. This is the battle now. This is the battle for 2nd. He's got it.
But does Budge want to make this move on the 1st or 2nd straight? This is the thing. Welsh Wizard is opening the door for him.
Oh, and he takes...
Oh, has Welsh Wizard nabbed DRS? No, he hasn't. Budge gets it.
And Budge lost it. That might be enough. Welsh Wizard opens up.
Budge might still have one more shot. If he can nail this corner up here, he needs a good exit.
What a great battle.
Power down, power down. Burn the battery.
If Budge takes 2nd here, and Welsh Wizard sitting on the inside there for 2nd. If Budge takes 2nd here, he overtakes Chameleon as things stand.
Oh, Budge has a run. No, it doesn't.
I think
it's going to take some move now.
It's going to take some move for his 2nd win. Elite Carbon 9 seconds ahead. A masterclass. Gets out ahead. And Angry Chameleon 3-second time penalty in last position, so that's not going to affect things much.
Verne up in 4th place. I love it.
Verne up to 4th. No penalties. He's got that. That's his. And there it is. It is a Welsh Wizard 2nd. It is Elite Carbon 1st and Budge in 3rd. That is an incredible race. Verne comes down the final pits around by the final corner by the thing. And then we have Big Knockos really trying to challenge him. But the 3 seconds means that he's not going to. Verne with a 4th place. We said it. Verne looked dangerous. Kaiser up to 5th. The Red Bull 4-5. 6th for Big Knockos. Mayo Man in 7th. Mormick in 8th. Ronanosaurus in 9th after all of that. 24 lap old hards with Major Jam, Blue Gunner, Why Not See, and the Angry Chameleon failing to score once again.
Yeah, I have a sneaky feeling there's going to be a few TikToks after that race, because there was about 2 laps of absolute carnage where I don't know what was going on. And rightly so. Driver of the day, Vern.
Yeah.
Congratulations.
Wow, what a race. That was chock full of excitement. That was great. Let's have a look and see how things stand. Let's run through the standings. Okay. In first in the AlphaTauri, two AlphaTauris on the podium this week. We have Elite Carbon with his second win of the season. Absolutely stonking time around this track. All there. So we had Welsh Wizard with an epic battle with Budge to the end in third. Vern in fourth, absolute masterclass. 14th up to fourth, 10 places gained. 18th up to fifth for Kaiser Gunn. Brilliant drive from him also. Big Knocko's second, back to sixth, but that's as a result of a couple of spins, making up for it regardless. Mayo Man seventh, as you were, pretty much starting in sixth. Mormick in eighth. Started eighth. So started there. Ronanosaurus in ninth with Major Jam in 10th, rounding out the points up from 15th. Getting a point there might have some say in how the constructors goes. Blue Gunner in 11th with Why Not See an Angry Comedian, the last of the finishers with no points. With Bunsey, Buffalucas, Supreme Boyle, Rory Drain and Wilfred Boney all DNFing at some point during the race. Absolute carnage for Rory and Supreme, and you have to say the frustration must have got to the likes of Bunsey during that race. He just ended up winning. He did have the fastest lap at a 106.8, great time. Second fastest was, of course, for Blue Gunner. Okay, Spidey. Oof, what a race!
That was intense. A lot going on during that race.
It was good. It was good to see. It was good to see the type of battles that were going on, even in positions that were outside the points.
Yeah, there was a few, as I said, a few intense battles going on, and for those two absolute crazy laps, I don't know what was going on between Chameleon and Fern, but there was a lot of contact made over two laps. But it was great viewing, great to watch.
Yeah.
I'm looking forward to hearing the fallout for it.
Yeah, absolutely. 4 stops by Bunsey, 4 stops by Buffalucas. Frustrating day for those guys who didn't finish. 4 stops by Blue Gunner 2, and he just finished one place outside the points. Unreal.
Yeah, there's a lot of changing fortunes during that race, and I mean,
Absolutely.
Drain was very unlucky. He just got absolutely caught up in an incident that had nothing got to do with him. But when you have ghosting off, these are the things that can happen.
Yeah, and that switch that you talked about earlier as well, where the guys on the hards for the second stint had 6-lap old hards. 2 of the guys who were outside the points when that happened ended up in 4th and 5th with the third stop as a result of the third stop.
Yeah, it made sense. I mean, I know Angry Comedian didn't pit for some reason, but I mean, it would have made sense for him to put on the fresh boots. But I don't know what tires he had left in the pits, so maybe that had something got to do with it. But I mean, the safety car could not have come out at a better time for, I think, Bunsey and was it Elite?
Elite
the two of them
exactly. Were on, they were on they were on the last lap of their tires, really.
They were on 20-lap old hards, I think, for that. They were on from the start, so that was
the 21st lap,
great
Budge
time
went
for
one
a safety
earlier,
car.
so he wasn't too bad because he had fresh tires. He just lost the time that he would have gained in the pits.
Yeah, and then Knocko's, of course, had gone in. He went in about 2 or 3 laps before the safety car, and he went in again to switch back onto the medium. So
so those 3 guys all finished in the top 6 as a result of that switch. The other guys who benefited was just as a result of the actual timing. So that was just incredible. But Welsh Wizard finishing on those hards, we thought he would pay a bit more than he did, but that Mercedes had enough power in it to maintain enough.
Yeah, like fair play to him. I think we checked in on him at one stage during the race when he was out in front, and we checked on his battery, and he had 90%. He wasn't under much pressure. He was he was driving within himself, so he clearly had the pace around Austria between his driving and his car. Like, it worked out for him.
Yeah.
So fair play to him. Great result.
Oh yeah, phenomenal. It was it bit of an overshoot by Budge earlier on. That might be reviewed. So still some things might happen.
Will
Uh,
Mayo report Budge though?
yeah, that
I
was
don't know.
Budge would one track limit exceeded on lap 35, and I reckon that's the one where he had that little wobble and then lost the advantage and couldn't get back.
Yeah, it's good going to get around here in a race of that nature when there's a lot of cars in and around each other with
Yeah,
like only one track warning. So,
yeah. Like I mean,
but
well,
you come to
that was
expect that
great.
from Budge.
Yeah. So that's the week. That's week 2022 or week 22. I'm thinking it's 2022. Week 22 in the bag for Wheel to Wheel season 4. Huge news coming in earlier on. If you didn't see the interview, I don't know. We had Bunsey on earlier. You can watch it back later. Bunsey is coming back and will defend his title in season 5.
Has he put pen to paper on
He
that
has
one? Has
put
he?
pen to paper.
All right, okay. Fair play to him.
Fair
Love
play
to
to
see
him.
it.
Yeah, and he says it's a whole new challenge. It's a whole new challenge in season 5. We will all be in equal cars.
Yeah, it's a good way of looking at it, and obviously everyone wants to see him back here. He was so dominant this year, so it'll be interesting to see what new faces come in, and if they can put up a challenge to Bunsey, because let's call a spade a spade. It's been fairly one-sided this year with the championship. He's been by far the quickest in the league.
Yeah, yeah, absolutely. We asked him his opinion. Budge and Chameleon, 16 points separating, three races to go. I asked him who finishes higher at the end of standings, and he picked Budge. The standings
Oh yeah,
difference now. The standings difference now. I had to get his opinion. I had to get him out there and on record. The standings now, as it happens. Budge 156 points. Chameleon 157 points. 2 races to go.
yeah. I mean, would you have thought that Budge could have finished ahead of Angry Chameleon going back maybe 4 or 5 races ago?
80, 80 points down to 1 point in 6 races.
Yeah, that just goes to show you, I suppose, how consistent Budge is, which we knew,
Yeah,
and I suppose how much of a cliff Chameleon has fallen off since he's moved car.
yeah,
So it's a combination of the two, I suppose.
yeah. That Mercedes was a big advantage at the start of this season for the younger Chameleon.
Yeah, I mean, he seemed to be very quick in the McLaren as well. He
Yeah, it
he
wasn't
was
much of
good
a
in the
drop off
McLaren,
there.
but
Yeah, he
yeah,
he, he fulfilled what he probably should have done. But it's tantalising for this last couple of races. 1 point in it. It's pretty much evens. And Major Jam, as a result of that 1 point he got today, is 156 also.
yeah, it's been a great finish this season. There's a lot of battles further down the league which
Hmm.
are interesting. I'm delighted to see Budge now picking up his points because, of course, for the first 2/3 of the season, Budge was giving out about the car he was in, and now that he's in a remotely competitive car, you can see that he has the pace. So, it'll be interesting now next year when everyone's in the equal performance cars, just to see the gaps that are there, to see
Yeah.
what kind of level the guys are at, because I've got a feeling that it's going to be a lot closer than people think.
Oh, I would agree. I think and there. Who are we looking at here? We're looking at equal cars. All else being equal. Obviously, Bunsey's been doing this in Williams and Aston's. He'll have
Yeah,
equal cars that will equal obviously the best car on track. But then you have uh, still Chameleon because he'll get back a car that's worth having.
hmm
You'll have Budge. You'll have Big Knockos. You'll have Ronanosaurus. You'll have Supreme Bio, who was a Supreme Bio won in Brazil by something like 43 seconds.
yeah.
Lightning quick when he has the car behind him. You have who else have you got?
Oh God, there's a good few. I mean, I'm just kind of thinking out loud here. If you think of someone like Bunsey, who's an extremely quick driver,
Yeah.
and you put Bunsey into an equal car, you know what speed you're going to get. Like he's a very quick driver,
Right.
but you'd expect Bunsey to be able to adapt then to a lesser performing car. So if you're using realistic and you put Bunsey into the likes of the Aston Martin, which is supposedly the second slowest car,
Yeah.
Bunsey can still get a tune out of it. Whereas some of the other drivers who might not be as quick as Bunsey, they could struggle more than Bunsey would when you put them into a car that has different handling characteristics. But when you put these guys back into an equal car, I think the gaps will be closer in
Yeah.
some circumstances than they are now when people are using the realistic cars, because it's just a level playing field. Like you look at Chameleon, like we know that the Alpine and the McLaren are very supposed to be very close together performance wise.
Yeah.
But for some reason there's something about the Alpine that Chameleon can't come to grips with.
Yeah.
However, you change that now to an equal car and Chameleon doesn't have that worry. I just think the gaps you're going to see across the field and the field spread will be a lot closer than you might think they'll be once the cars are gone equal.
Right. And then, as you say, yeah, as you say, we even have like elite winning. That's the second win of the season.
Yeah, I think you'll find that next year you'll have probably more race winners in equal than we've had this year.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean we done a few races there during I think the Christmas break with that the wheel to wheel lads had, and there was a number of the wheel to wheel drivers were in it, and we used equal. And Jesus, the gaps in the field were very small. Between drivers you'd expect would leave other drivers for dead in equal. But that wasn't the case.
Right.
I can see it being really competitive next year. I'm looking forward to it.
Yeah. It's a whole lot of other stuff to get used to as well.
Yeah,
We
it's
have
it's it's
there,
it's a nice change.
but look, I think it's all ahead of us now. We have next week in Portugal, Portimao, and then we have a final race in China to end the season. It'll be interesting to see where things start or stand once all that's been said and done.
Yeah, I think yeah, it'll be a nice couple of races to finish off the season. Obviously, we've had a very deserving winner in Bunsey. He's been very there's been no doubts about it. He deserves to win this championship.
Hmm.
Have a little break before next season. See the new drivers coming in. Go on to equal. It's kind of like the league's evolving. There's to be new rules. I mean, I don't know whether the damage characteristics are going to be looked at next year. There's talk of them being increased. So that'll have a big part to play because you'll see more safety cars. So you'll have situations where, like tires become more prevalent and, whether you pit or not. It'll be an interesting season.
Yeah, absolutely. That's why it's been incredible. You've lived up to the hype. You've provided a superstar commentary once again. It has been an absolute pleasure to have you.
Thanks, Meeps. Thanks, Meeps. Always a pleasure to join you in the booth.
Yeah, we will see you at probably during the week with updates, or we will probably hear from you briefly in the chat next week once you're back racing yourself.
Super. I look forward to it, Meeps.
Yeah.
You take it
Listen,
easy.
have a good one, fella. We will talk to you later.
Take it easy. Cheers,
All the
everyone. Bye
best.
bye.
Folks, that is the end of week 2022. Austria, we have our winner. Elite Carbon wins in Austria. Breaking news across the bottom there. His second win of the season. It has been a phenomenal race and it's done and dusted. We are about to sign off. It has been an absolute pleasure. I am going to do one final beg as to likes and sharing and getting in there and following the show. Would really appreciate if you could do that. It's all to happen. The mid pack between third, all the way from third, all the way back to 10th, now has scrunched up once again, and we have people a lot closer. It's going to be interesting to see how 3 through 10 is going to finish in this year's championship. Team Bungun seems to be safe enough this week as it happens. At the top of the proceedings in the constructors with only 2 races to go. It might be a double championship win for Bunsey in season 4. It has been a pleasure. As always, please join us here next week on Wednesday at 9:20 Irish time. See you on the flip side. Bye bye now.